all okay out there? I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday. Oh, let me just fix myself. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Tuesdays are my request night, and Thursdays are the night I like to come up with one that you might not have heard of. Just going to wait. It is a live, so I'm just going to wait for other people to come. If you'd like to join my Patreon, it's patreon.com/Jess Rose 5472. I might seem a little bit distracted, and I am. I was supposed to put my mic in, and I've lost an attachment. So again, I don't know if you saw my story 2 nights ago. It was an absolute nightmare. Everything fell apart, and it's gone to do it again tonight. But anyway, here we are. I hope you're all okay out there. I'm just going to wait for a few people to join the live. Where are you all? Why aren't you here? Why aren't you here on the live with us all? Hey sis, how you doing? Hey Warwick, how are we? How are we all doing there? Hey Hayley, how's it going? Yes, so if you are watching tomorrow, come and join us on the live on a Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Otherwise, you could just, like I say, join my Patreon, patreon.com/Jess Rose 5472. I was just saying, guys, hey Ariane. No, it wasn't you. It was me. I've got Mick all prepared again. All prepared, right? Let me just explain really quickly. I've got Mick all prepared. Got headphones all prepared. Wasn't going to use the laptop tonight, so we wouldn't have a thing. Hey Phil. And I couldn't find the end to my Mick. Couldn't find it. Hi Sharon. So I can't plug Mick in because I can't find the attachment that's been there forever. And yet here I am, plugs it all in, about to go live, goes to pop it in, and you need an end like that, and I can't find the attachment. So yeah, so again, all gone wrong. So we're all thrown over to the side again. But at least I'm not going to be... Well, I wouldn't have hurt your ears tonight anyway, because I decided not to use the laptop tonight. I watched the other night back. Oh, my God. The other night. 16 minutes I had you all going. 16 minutes. I was mortified. I was like, oh, God. That was a bad one. So I'm kind of glad that I had... Hey, Kelly. I'm kind of glad I hadn't gone ahead with tonight's one and pressed the button. Otherwise, we'd have been having a similar evening with me trying to find the attachment. But that's baffled me. But there's nothing I can do about it now, because here we all are. How are we all this evening anyway? How are we doing? Are we doing anything exciting the weekend? We're all still standing in Birmingham. Just letting you all know. How are we all up and down the country? We're all okay here for the most part. For the most part, anyway. So, yeah, but I had the pleasure of watching myself back again from the other night, and it was like, oh God, that was bad. Are you going to say, oh, that's exciting, you lucky sausage. You're very lucky, aren't you? Is it all peaceful there, Ariane? All been quiet up there. Yeah, it all seems to be a little bit staged, doesn't it? The whole thing. Oh, as I'm saying, is it made? Did my phone mess up? Oh, the other night. I know. What pinged off down the sofa when you chucked it? Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Hi, Natalie. I did throw it the other night, didn't I? Oh, I wonder if that's what happened. Didn't even think of that. Because I re-put it all back away in its little house, but I didn't check to see if all the attachments... It's a good idea, Sharon. That could possibly what had happened. Everything got thrown the other night. It was crazy. Yeah, there's a lot going on, isn't there? There's a lot going on. But at the moment, we all seem to be all safe, which is amazing, which I'm very happy about. I'm very hot. I'm just letting you know. I think it's a very hot evening, and I've had to close my back door because my kids are outside playing pool in my garden. not in a pool, playing pool. I have a pool table. I think I just told you, didn't I? So that's a new, that's an exciting addition to my house. But anyway, have any of you heard of this one? Have I got you all? I feel like I might have, because I hadn't heard of it. So I feel like, look at that, it's all starting to stick to my forehead already. It's just great, isn't it? It's just great. Look at this. Look at this. I am fanning myself, if you're wondering what I'm doing. This is what's going on at the minute. But, yeah, if you haven't heard of it, I'm going to do it for you now. Awful, awful, awful story. It's heartbreaking. Genuinely is. Genuinely heartbreaking story. But as you can see, yeah, I'm going to give up on the technology, I think. I might attempt Mick again. Might attempt that. But as for the... no, same, Phil, same. Getting involved. touch wood, it's not happening up here, so... I think Scotland seems okay, doesn't it? I think Scotland seems to be kind of holding its own. I think it's just hitting all us up down here, but it's been really quiet. Was it oh no, saying that, last night about 11:30. Oh, helicopters. Just see, my imagination, sorry if you're watching tomorrow, I am going to begin in a second, but my imagination goes crazy. So I'm lay there and I can hear these helicopters, and they would literally right over the house. And in my brain, I was thinking, what if it's not one or two helicopters? What if it's just loads going over? And you know, in the films when they look out the window and all of a sudden they can just see, you know, in the disaster films when you can just see hundreds of helicopters going in the sky. And I was like, what if I open the blinds and there's just like... Now, one, I wouldn't have been able to see that because it was dark. But two, that's how my imagination goes. And I was like, oh my God, what if it is? And it wasn't. It was a solitary helicopter just hovering over my house. But there we go. But that was the most that happened yesterday. I believe a lot of groups went up to the jewellery quarter yesterday to save us all. I'll just leave that there. Anyway, let's start. Let's go. Okay, as you've seen in the title, 17 Years for Justice, the heartbreaking Robbie Middleton story. Again, don't know if you've heard of this, but no, not just you, Natalie, everywhere. But yeah, I don't know if you've heard of it, but I'm going to tell you all now. Like I say, heartbreaking story. I said, it is a little lad, but it's not what you think. Bear with me. Just bear with me and you'll see exactly why I'm kind of stuttering a little bit. So yeah, let's begin. Okay, so we have Robbie Middleton, born on the 28th of June 1990, and he was born in Splendora in Texas, obviously an American story. He's got a mum called Colleen, dad called Bobby, and two older siblings, a brother and a sister called Clinton and Heather. Now, have you seen the photos of him as a little fella? Just such a cute little boy. Very popular, so cute, like I say. Very helpful, loved animals. He wanted to be a vet / wildlife rehabilitator. You know, he loved school. Just a really, really sweet little boy. Okay. So we come up to the 28th of June 1998. And as you can tell by the date, this would be Robbie's 8th birthday. Okay. He was so excited, this little lad was. And he'd received a tent, like a big tent that he'd requested for his birthday, you know, to have his pals come over and stop over him. And he was over the moon at this gift, and his mum came out and helped him put it up, like I say, on his birthday. And Out of his birthday money, he wanted to get some fireworks as well. Like, really, his mum says, you know, it was one of the best days of his little life. And his birthdays, as you know, with little kids and 8-year-olds especially, it's like it's their big day, and they're just so excited on that day. And so, as I'd mentioned, he'd planned a sleepover with some of his friends. Now, there was some woods at the back of little Robbie's house, at the back of his garden. And through the woods, I believe, now this is how I've worked it out, and from pictures that I've seen, the woods are kind of at the bottom of his garden, look at the back of his house. And when he goes through them and comes out on the other side, is where a couple of his friends live. So in the afternoon of his birthday, before he's going to have his sleepover on the night, he says to his mum he wanted to go and see a couple of his friends through the woods. And it must have been a very safe place where they lived, because he wasn't young, but his mum was fine with it, and she was like, yeah, that's fine, you know, you carry on. So he heads off, you know, she says bye, love you, as he's leaving, and he heads off. And as he kind of gets halfway through the woods, someone jumps out on him, on little Robbie, who'd actually been hiding, must have been hiding in the tree line kind of thing. And as they've spun Robbie round, they've thrown gasoline in his eyes. He's 8 years old. They then drag him to a tree and tie him up with some rope to the tree, and then throw some more gasoline on him. And they set him on fire. And oh, it's just awful. And of course he starts screaming, and whoever it was has darted away. But while the fire's burning, the rope that he'd been tied with breaks, it burns. And I just, this bit kind of got me, because he when the rope burnt away, he heads back to his own home. He heads back in that direction. Now, the gasoline was thrown in his eyes. He couldn't see. He genuinely couldn't see, and he heads back that way, makes it through onto his road, I believe, and then he collapses. Luckily, a couple of the neighbours had seen as he'd come out of the woods, and they ran over, trying to help him. His mum comes out. Obviously, everyone's just devastated at this little boy. And they said that when they got to him, all they could see was that he was covered, obviously head to toe, in burns and blisters. There was skin coming off, you know, off his body. And the only things that weren't burnt was the palm of his hands and the bottoms of his feet. They were the only things that weren't burned. And when Robbie's mum gets over to him, she doesn't actually recognise him. He's unrecognisable at that point. So they rush him to the hospital, and when he gets there, he's actually got 3rd-degree burns over 99% of his body. 3rd degree. Now, we know that, I don't know, I think we've mentioned it before, that 1st degree I always thought was the highest degree, for some reason. but it's 3rd degree, and then I think you have got a 4th degree, but I think that's it with a 4th degree. Anyway, the doctors told his parents to prepare for the worst. You know, they very, very, very rarely seen someone who came in with those injuries really making it, especially someone so young. He's only 8 years old. But even in all the pain he was in, and you can imagine 99% of his body, you can imagine the pain he's in. Even with all of that, Robbie happens to name the monster that did it to him. Okay. And the monster that did this to this little boy was a lad, you heard that right, called Donald Collins. Now, Donald was 13 years old. Yeah, 13 years old. Now, Donald was a absolute wrong un. That's what I've written down. Absolute wrong un. That's what I'm. It's the main thing I could think of this lad. Everyone in the area knew him. He lived not too far from the Middleton family, and Colleen, Robbie's mom, had always said to Robbie, if ever you see Don, I'm going to call him Donald, if ever you see him and you're on your own, run as fast as you can, either home to me or to somewhere of safety. This is a 13-year-old lad. They're warning the neighbourhood kids about. And the reason that he's been warned and the other kids are warned about him is because even at 13 years old, Donald was on the sex offenders register for abusing an 8-year-old little boy. Okay. So he was just known to be a bad, just evil person, basically, even at that young age. So the police went round to Donald's home. Obviously, of course, he denied it. Of course, he would. So it was basically Robbie's word against Donald's. Now, you might say, well, Donald's got all this history. But unfortunately for little Robbie, the pain he was in and then all the medication they put him on, it started to make him a little bit delirious. And not only was he saying that it was Donald that had done this stuff to him, but he started to blame his nan's hot coffee or neighbourhood animals that had done it to him. You know, so he's starting to contradict what he was saying. Perfectly understandable given what he was going through, but it started to make it quite hard for the police to do anything to help. And there was no evidence, there was no witnesses, and they were just really struggling. And they took Donald, and he was actually put into a juvenile detention centre for a juvenile detention centre for a couple of months, but they just couldn't get anything to stick to him. They just couldn't. So against the odds, basically, Robbie survives against what the doctors believed and everything else. He survived, and along with all the other injuries that I mentioned, his eyelids had been burned off. So he was actually blind in one of his eyes as well. His internal organs had actually been really badly damaged as well. So he was going through absolute hell little Robbie was. He genuinely was. And, you know, he would scream in pain for months, his mum said, for months afterwards. And it was a lot for the family. It was a lot for him. It was just heartbreaking. And now, because there was no proof and no witnesses, that the case got dropped against Donald. Okay, so over the next 10 years now, Robbie would undergo over 200 surgeries, skin grafts and everything else. Now you can see the pictures of him online. You can see the pictures of him online. Okay. And bear with me a second. Sorry, I've lost his name. He was adorable, absolutely adorable, this little lad was. And then you see him afterwards as he's getting older, and it's just awful. It's just awful to see. His mobility was severely hindered, so he kind of, when you see the videos of him, he was, you know, he was quite still stunted in his height, but he literally just tried his best. He did, and he'd say to his family, the past is the past, you need to just let it go. And he got them through these hard times. He got them through. And Colleen says he just kept the family so upbeat throughout all of this. And it says he just kept his cheeky and charming way about him. And he also, during this decade, he raised money for other burn victims, you know, and he just seemed like I said about him before it happened, he just seemed like he kept that adorable personality all the way through. So, like I say, he's got to 18. He's still struggling. Now, it's around 2008, like I say, when he's 18. His body begins to fail, directly linked to that attack. Okay. And it's said that it's because of all the skin grafts his body had gone through. He was prone to a certain type of skin cancer as well, because of everything he'd been through. So in 2010, age 20, Robbie actually was diagnosed with one of these extremely rare forms of skin cancer. It's just such a shame, you know. He's gone through so much. This is nearly 13 years later. Now, if you bear with me, and I'll tell you what Donald has been up to in this time, while Robbie's been organising money for other burn victims and keeping his family upbeat and keeping himself going, and going through 200 surgeries during this time. Do you want to hear what Donald was going through, the lad who I told you about? Now, in 2001, okay, so 3 years after this had happened, when Donald's age 16, he's actually sentenced to 10 years for the rape of another 8-year-old boy. Do you remember I said he'd already been on the sex offenders register, age 13? So he's sentenced to 10 years. So that's what he'd been doing while little Robbie was just making the most of his life as best as he could, and trying to keep his family upbeat and everything else. But we get to April the 29th, 2011. Okay, age 20. Which is 2 months before Robbie actually reached his 21st birthday. He finally succumbed to his injuries. Just awful, you know. And at this point, his death is actually ruled a homicide. Okay. Now, do you remember I said Donald had done 10 years for sexual assault of another 8-year-old? Well, he got released on the 5th of September 2011. So coming up to 5 months after Robbie died. But what happened is when Robbie realised he was going to die, when he realised he was going to die, so 17 days before he passed away, he made what's called a deathbed confession, right? And it's a 27-minute video, all right? I've only seen, I heard little bits of it, and it, of course, is very hard to understand, but you can make out what he's saying. And basically, he confesses, Robbie does, that 2 weeks before he was set alight in the woods behind his home, Donald had actually grabbed him again in the woods 2 weeks beforehand, and he'd raped him, little Robbie, in the woods 2 weeks before he'd done that to him. But Robbie didn't tell anybody. In fact, he didn't tell anyone all the way up there till he was nearly 21. And it said that he, unfortunately, I don't know if it's a religious aspect or what it was, but they believed it was partly shame, embarrassment. He just kept it to himself. No one really knows why, but what was happening is as it was leading up to bear with me, I'm so sorry, I've lost me I've lost, bear with me. Okay, so as it was leading up to him passing, he kept saying to his mom and to a friend that he'd made, he feared that he was going to burn in hell when he died. That's what he was saying. And I'm so sorry. It's just such an awful story. Yeah, it said that that's what he believed would happen, that he was gonna burn in hell. And they believed that it was because of what had happened to him, that it was the shame, or it was the premarital side of it. He was 8 years old, and that's what they think, or why they think he kept it to himself. So even though he's gone 13 years with these injuries and these nightmares of what had been done to him, a fortnight previous to that, that's what that Donald had done to him. And it was said that that's why he had tied him up and set him alight and left him to die, so he couldn't tell anyone. But he hadn't told anyone. he'd kept it to himself. And even after what had been done to him, he still didn't say anything. So now, not only is his death now a homicide, they had a motive. There's now a motive. Also on his deathbed, there was something else that he put across, and that it was that he believed there was an adult there at the time. And little little Robbie's memory, but it was Robbie as an adult, believed that it had been Donald's uncle Rex. Now, I haven't mentioned Rex because I don't know anything about Rex. All I know is that his name's been put out there as possibly being someone who was there on that day. And the prosecution actually believe, and the police believe, that there was an adult there. There was an adult there, but they don't know if it was him, and no one's. Donald never said anything, and like I say, Robbie believed it was his uncle Rex, not his own, Donald's uncle. So Donald was arrested and charged. He was charged as an adult, even though he'd have been 13 at the time. He was actually now, at this point, 26 when they charged him. So it did take a little while, but they had to get the trial together. But over the years, Donald, the monster that he was or is, had bragged about what he'd done to Robbie. He bragged about it. He found it funny. So those witnesses came forward. Also, the lad that he sexually abused as a child, who was now a man, came forward. And in Robbie's deathbed confession, where he'd explained what what Don had done to him 2 weeks previous, and also the fact that there was an adult there, when he gave that confession, the child that Donald had abused was apparently his own younger cousin. And I believe that might have been the man who came forward. I don't know. It's just what I've pieced together from the confession and then what I've seen. It might not have been, but he had definitely abused his younger cousin, but I don't know if that's the man that came forward. A family member of Donald's also implicated that Uncle Rex, but again, there was nothing that came from that. Like I say, he denied it. Donald never mentioned his uncle. He never brought anyone else into the case to say that, yes, anyone had been there with him. So in 2015, 17 years later, after what had happened to young Robbie, and Donald now being 30, he was found guilty of capital murder. Now, I believe they tried to argue that he shouldn't have been charged as an adult, even though he is an adult, but he was an adult when he did it and all this sort of stuff. But he was, like I say, found guilty of capital murder, and he was sentenced to 40 years. And it's just an awful, awful case. It was just so, so sad. It was just the fact that little Robbie had fought for just nearly 13 years after what had happened to him, and, kept his family going. And then I think for the family to find out that Donald had, because no one knew why he would have done it to him. They all knew he was a wrong 'un. They knew that about him, but no one understood why he'd escalated to that degree. And all those years later, that's when they found out that was what the motive was. It was to keep him quiet so he wouldn't say anything. And I think that's the sad part of it. He probably never would have said anything anyway. So I just find it really sad. I find it just a really sad story that I hadn't heard of. I hadn't heard of this one, and then just to find out afterwards that he'd waited all that time to actually say, and that he wasn't protecting that Donald or by any means. It was that he basically not. I'd like to say he didn't blame himself in any way, but he was ashamed. He was ashamed that had been done to him, and he's seen it as like a sex out of marriage, apparently. I'm presuming maybe it was a religious aspect, especially the fact that he thought he was going to burn in hell when he died. I just thought, what an absolute shame that he's lived with all those years. So not just the physical pain, but the emotional pain and the mental pain of it all. I genuinely thought it was a really, really, really sad story, and at least they finally got that, not animal, let's not say animal again, but yeah, monster, they finally got him. And I feel sad that had happened 2 weeks beforehand, and then he went back, and it's like, was there no other way he could go? Or yeah, I don't know. I mean, we know if that was England, probably nothing would have come of it, which is awful to think of. So he won't actually be due for parole till I think he's 70, this Donald. But yeah, just an awful case. Genuinely awful case. So yeah, it's a bit of a shorter one, because it was hard to get. There wasn't a lot about this case, which is really sad. So I tried to get as much as I could for you. And that was 17 Years for Justice, the heartbreaking Robbie Middleton story. Obviously, if you're watching tomorrow, thank you for joining me. If you'd like to join my Patreon, it's patreon.com/Jess Rose 5472. I'm here on a Tuesday and a Thursday at 8 p.m. Tuesdays are request evenings. Thursdays are stories that I might come across. But yeah, or you can join us on our live, which I'd really appreciate too. So thank you so much. Thank you. And now that I've done that, where is he? Where is he? Oh, I'm gonna kill him. Where is he? Oh, let me just say there where that is now. Where is he? Oh, let me fix that. That's moving, that is. Where is he? What was it now that broke me? He went back. Warwick, honestly, I don't know which one. I don't know which one he is. I don't know which one he is. He was, but oh my God, so close, this close. Where is he? Why are you all quiet now? Where are you? Why are you all quiet now? The bear. Do you know? And I held it as well. I held it. I seen the bear and I was like, he hasn't. And then I was like, and then Tiffany, you need one. Where's Tiffany? Tiffany's hiding and all. Don't you laugh it up, Tiffany. I've seen you as well. You hide, young man. I shouldn't feel any guilt. Yeah, I agree, Phil. They shouldn't. I just find it really sad that he did. Did you? Oh no, did you? Has she gone? Oh no. What did you? Oh, because of the comments. Did you? Not again. We were just going on. Why again? It was that. It was the seconds. It was there was a lot out the corner of my eye. There was so much there was so much, and I've got the same sense of humour, unfortunately. So if I didn't, it'd be easier. It'd be much easier if I didn't, because I could just kind of like bat it away. But when you have, Ariana, are you there? Are you still here? Have they upset you? I did see out the corner of my eye. Did you? Was it you? Who pushed it over the edge? Was it you? It was the wrong story for you, like tonight, weren't it? It just genuinely was. It was the wrong one for you. The minute I seen it, I was like, oh no. Oh no. I've got to try and hold. And then it was one after the other. I was like, I'm going to kill them. I'm going to get all of them. Well, not all of yours. Not you, Phil. Not you, Phil. You held it together. Thank you. Not you. He's the golden star for Phil this week. And Natalie. Golden star for them too this week. I thought we were all back on track. No, he was not. I don't believe that for a second. Oh, is that what it was? Oh, I didn't even. I was just trying to hold it together. I was trying to. What could I do? What can I do? I had to try and hold it together. I've got to watch that back now. I'm going to die. I'm going to die watching it back. I think it's just. I have the same sense of humour, unfortunately. Oh no, Phil, she does. She does. I think. Yeah, I don't think she's here for the lighter side. I don't think. Honestly, I don't. Read up. I'm so proud. Are you really proud of yourself? I can't because I can't say it out loud, can I? Let me have a look. I'm going to kill you, honestly. This keeps tipping. It's so loose. Where are we? I've got to boyfriend it. Oh, it's not even letting me go any higher at the minute now. That was the bare minimum sentence. That's as far as I've got. What are you like? Boy, Felicia. That was the one that got me when he says, when are you going to crack? That was the one. And I was like, oh no, because it's about to happen. It's about to happen now, and it's going to go horribly wrong. So luckily, I managed to, well, I don't know. I don't even know if I managed to hold it together. I don't know. I just know I put my head in the floor. Oh, it's not showing me. It's not showing me again now. Yeah, so I did try to read up. It won't let me see them all. I'm gonna have to have a look when they come up tomorrow, because I'm not gonna be able to see. We've had a few on tonight as well, haven't we? I noticed in the thing. Did I not? Oh, I've got one saying I did, one saying I didn't. Was it awful? Was it bad? Did I not manage to? I thought I did. Oh, you's a terrible user, honestly. Do you know? And I've said before, on the ones I think they're going to get me on this one. Yous don't. Yous are golden. And on the ones I don't even see coming, that's it then. That's it. Oh, did you? Oh, thank you. I did notice a few more on there. Did I see? I'm going to have to watch it back. I'm going to have to see, because I lost my bearings. Look at this. Is everyone else like mega one? I encourage it. How do I encourage it? Was it the baby? Yeah, but that weren't deliberate. It must have been you saying it, and then it just subconsciously. It's not deliberate. I don't encourage. And you're not gonna gaslight me into making it me. What's your bearings? I did. Thank you, Hayley. That's exactly what I did. I lost them all. That's what I was gonna say. You ain't gonna gaslight me into making me think it was me. See me with my young, it's that fur coat. Oh my God, it's just, oh, the fur coat. Oh, I didn't even catch that time. Look at what I'm having to do. I'm pouring water on myself just to try and cool myself down. You're fooling no one. I am. I'm fooling everyone. No, it's just, honestly, I genuinely, that one, I'm not sweating. That's what that looks like now, doesn't it? I'm not, I want to look at all of it. I'm not. That's the water. You've just seen me do it. You watch. Someone comes on now and they're going to be like, oh, look at that sweaty cow. But yeah, so thanks, guys. Thanks for that lot. Thank you. That's appreciated. Oh, that was good, Tiffany. But oh, she's on it. She's on it on that time. I weren't quick enough on that time. Oh dear. Well, that was, ladies, perspire. What, we don't sweat? Do we say we perspire? I don't remember saying I was a lady though. No, I am. I'm very ladylike. I am. I have my moments. I do have my moments. Oh, I just can't get through one, can I? It's just crazy. Gentleman expired. Warwick, she's on fire at the minute. I'm sorry, she's much quicker than me this evening. I'm doing, oh, that's terrible with the writing, with the paper and everything. Yes, I do. Why? I'm a bit, is that part of a joke? I do remember it. Johnny Depp. Have I missed something though? Sorry for the day, but will be. Oh, I'm very excited. Are you all excited? We're going to be doing a live in September. Oh, wow. Oh, God. I didn't, and I've said that twice. I say why I have to do an ending to my videos now. See why I have to do an ending? Just to like try and wrap it up instead of going into it. Reminds me of the way woman wants them all about him. Warn Sainty. Is that what you meant? Is that what you meant? I feel like that's what you meant. I feel like it is. Oh, it's just, oh, I just feel, but didn't she say she was going? Wasn't she going? I did see that she said she was going, but I'd already started the story, so I couldn't say bye to her, but I did see her say, I'm off or something like that. So I'd maybe she wasn't here for all of, oh no, but she was, because she replied, didn't she? What did she say? What did she say? Oh, all of us, me and Tiffany have already got our, do you know what? All of you pack light, because I've heard it's really warm down there. That's what I've heard anyway. So I've heard. We will be live. Do you know, I maybe shouldn't have said that out loud, no? I don't know. I didn't actually say all of the Jess Rose crew on our bus, on our way. Oh, really? Oh. Oh, God, Phil, was it that bad for you to say it as well? She must have been. Oh, no. But she said she, oh. Oh, that's a shame. I thought we'd, because there was a couple of messages that she'd sent me, and apparently now, I don't know, of course, I mean, I wouldn't know, but apparently she's older than all of us, apparently. See, Warwick, you defend, don't you? So you obviously see something, and what I'm trying to say, but it's like she just seems to get rolled up very quickly, and I don't know why. I mean, I understand if that's not your sense of humour, I suppose. She might have taken things wrong. I don't know. Yeah, it's the sense of humour thing. I'll have a look. I mean, she may message afterwards. He is a sausage. He is. And yeah, so him saying she's not, and him saying she's not, you started it. You triggered the whole thing. You there. Look at me with my pen. I've got my pen. I've got my school mistress pen. So you see my sister tomorrow anyway, Hayley. Is that what you're doing? What's everyone else doing? Is everyone else doing anything nice, exciting? Apparently it's supposed to be quite hot. I can't say anything at the minute, can I? I just can't say anything at the minute without it revolving back to said discussion. Oh, it's just awful. You wouldn't. Oh, did she get bumped? Did you bump her? Did that happen? Tell me now. Did she get bumped or did she just go? I thought she'd just gone. Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay. I was going to say, I thought she'd just gone. I was hoping like it hadn't been a bump type thing. I wonder if, yeah, maybe. It's a different kind of sense of humour, isn't it? It's a different kind. And maybe she's just not, prepared. But like I say, she does say she's older than all of us. She's left after Warwick's comment. Say, Warwick, so it is you. It is you. You going, no, she's not, and it's you. But, yeah, maybe she's just not got that sense of humour, I suppose. No, but if you don't like a comment, just ignore it. Exactly. Yeah, that's very true. It's very true. And from what I could see, if I'm not wrong, true. Very true, Ali. But she said she was going before you put that comment, or have I got that wrong? Because I'm sure you put that comment after she said she was going, or was it around the same time? It's hard because I'm obviously telling the story and I'm just catching it out the corner of my eye. Yeah. True, yeah. You would say that word, as you would say. That's very true. That's true. Yeah, I just don't, I don't know. I get a bit confused. She did. I did see that. She said she was going by, and then all of a sudden I seen it going off again. I was like, oh God, what's happened? What's happened? Who's got upset? Is Jerome in these? Is Jerome here tonight, Sharon? Because that poor soul the other day. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because the other night when I was having my complete meltdown, she said she was leaving because we were. Oh, did she? You pulling me? Oh, look at him! Look at him now. He's getting all sensitive. I wonder what. Yeah, I don't think, like you say, it could not just be ignored really and just watch the story. I mean, it's the live. Do you know what I mean? It's not like. Oh, did she? Did she later on? Oh, okay. Oh, so I won't be able to see that then. That's crazy. I don't know why. I don't know what. Oh, well. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. She may be back. She may be back. Did he really? Oh, do you know, I felt so sorry for him the other night. We do, Warwick. We're only joking. Yeah, because I seen him on there, but it had all gone wrong, hadn't it? So I didn't actually get to. I kept saying, "Oh, and I did remember him afterwards from being in the live before, but on Tuesday, it had all gone just ridiculously wrong, hadn't it? So and I mean, Warwick, you'd spoken a couple of times on Tuesday night, and I hadn't spoken to you. I felt terrible. I did say hello, but I didn't speak to you for ages. He does, doesn't he, Kelly? He does. He just, I think, do you know what it is? I think because they're such serious stories, and they are dark, and they are very sad. I think sometimes it just lightening it up. We're not being disrespectful or anything else. I think sometimes, and we all have got kind of similar senses of humor, I think, and I don't think it makes you a bad person because you've got a sense of humor. It's obviously not meaning it. Don't give me that much smoke. Where's he gone? He's gone quiet. He's gone quiet. Oh, Warwick, you haven't took all the blame. You really haven't. It's fine. It's okay. It's one of them things. Hayley does sit there. She just sits there all quiet, or does she? Because I didn't notice hers earlier. I didn't actually notice if she'd piped in. Yes, he did. I think he was saying calm down, wasn't he? And I was like, I can't. Which one? Oh, yes. She's lying, sis. Yes, she is. She is lying. I can believe that. Oh, Tiffany, your internet husband's is requesting a divorce now. You'll have to go and marry the bear. Oh, God, that bloody bear. Honestly, between that and Fiddler's Creek and Bushman's Hole, and there's so many that I have to... It's just a minefield, isn't it? I genuinely just didn't see this one, or I'd have been prepared. Like I say, I'm prepared a lot of the times. I can't afford the ink. I would do that too. I would do that. I'll go where I'm asked. No one's mentioned anything. Did you hear that? Did you acknowledge that I'm going to be on live with Sharon in September? Are you all going to join? Are you all going to watch? What has happened here? My goodness. That's bad, isn't it? It is really warm. It is really warm here, but my God. Yeah, so how exciting is that then? I'm very excited about that. I've never done it. I need to get my laptop down and all that sort of thing on Belgium. I think I said Belgium. I think I says that the other day. Yeah, you're always in the bloody bath when I'm doing it. Always in the bath, so that doesn't surprise me. Don't tell Warwick though. Let's leave that to the imagination for Warwick. Although you were making what were you doing the other day? You're making cookies, weren't you? Making cookies the other day. How were they? Well, I bet they were fab, weren't they? Splashing around. Right, okay. Right. Jingle time. It's that time of the night. Do you know what? It was a shorter story tonight, but I felt like I didn't fast track anything. I didn't fast track it. It was a shorter one, but it was, I hope I put all the details in. She's not going to let this go, is she? She's just not going to let this go. Belgium. Oh, do you know, I know, but Belgium, right, just remind me, is Belgium, I'm going to kill her. Is Belgium, did you lick the ballsy? Oh, God. Is it its own country? Brussels. It's in Brussels, I think. I've just answered that myself, haven't I? We've done this. We've been here, haven't we, where my geography takes a hit, so I'm not going to embarrass myself any further. But yeah, that'd be ace. That'd be lovely. Don't tell him that I don't know what country he's living in. Oh, Belgium. No. Belgium's its own country, is it? Mind and wash your bit, Steve. Yeah, dirty cow. She is. But this is the worst place I've been in my life. I said Belgium. So why is Tiffany saying it's his own country? Look at her. You don't know either. Why are you answering? You're worse at geography than I am. You're worse than me. Why is it Warwick? Why is it the worst place? You can't say that about someone who's on here. Well, he's not on here tonight, but I suppose we can when we say I live in Birmingham. Satanic. Why? Ooh. Is its own country. Oh, right, now I'm confused. Brussels. Yes, yeah. So you had it right. It was Tiffany. Got it wrong. Does he make chocolate? I didn't even realise that was Phil. Does Belgium make chocolate? They do, don't they? Do they? Oh, I'm just terrible. Isn't that linked? That linked chocolate, because I'm a big fan of that chocolate. I'm a big fan of that one. I do like that chocolate. He sends chocolate. Ooh, wow. See my little eyes light up then. The big eyes. See them light up then. Chocolate. I'm my best friend if I get chocolate. Chocolate's my thing. I love chocolate. Yes. Ooh, I like them. They're kind of the marble ones, aren't they? We'll have all the chocolate, yeah. Oh, yes. I'll see how excited I get when chocolate comes into play. Chocolate and kebab. Not together, obviously, but I like kebab. And the best kebabs in the world are in Skegness. Tiffany won't agree, but there's a place up there called King Kebab. In fact, I might tag them on this video, and they're ace. They're amazing. I'm a big fan of King Kebab. Yes. So chocolate and kebab with Belgium chocolate. Yes. That's what I'm saying. She said it's Gillian. I have a word, man. Oh, Hayley. Honestly, guys, there's a kebab shop up by Tiffany's, and it's King Kebab. I like that. Yeah, it's amazing. Tiffany won't. Me and kebab, it is. Thank you. See, everyone's agreeing. Everyone's agreeing with the kebab. It's not horrific at all. It's so good. Me and Tiffany for life have never liked the same foods. We like the same chocolate just about. But Lexi, is that my niece? That can't be my niece. Is my niece on here, Tiffany? Can't be. Because if it is, everyone say hi. Is it her? Hi, Lexi. Why are you on here? You're allowed to, because I'm done now, but why are you on here? Hi. Have you been listening to this story? Did you listen to this story? It's the longest one of them all. It's just so funny that her picture is stay. That's hilarious. Is it? I've got my glasses on. I'm sure it is, though. That's okay. That's what I was checking. I was just making sure. I'd have to be like, no, that's okay then. That's okay. We don't mind you. Everyone say hello to my little niece, the eldest of Tiffany's. Here she is. She's allowed after the fact. She's just not allowed during. She's really not. But yeah. Oh, there we go. There you go, Lexi. Everyone's saying hi. But what was I saying now? I was on about King Kebab, wasn't I? I was on about King Kebab. How was your cookies the other day, Lexi? Were they lovely? Were they fab? When I come up, I want one or a couple. I want you to save me a whole batch with chocolate and kebab. God, I'm so hungry now. I'm so hungry now after all this conversation about food. Right? I think Tuesday's story, is Natalie's. On Tuesday's like. Have you eaten the whole lot? Well, you have to do some more when I come up. Yeah, I think it'll be Natalie's story on Tuesday. I know Kelly, I've still got to do OJ Simpson. I know. Munches. Yes. Oh, Tiffany. Not me. I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm a yes, I'm a good girl over here. Not me. You wouldn't think so with the chocolate and the kebab and the Belgian chocolate. It's crazy. But thank you for sharing me as well, Sharon. I really appreciate that. And yeah, just let me know what I need to do for this live malarkey. What do I need to do? Is there something that I should have in place or be able to do and stuff? All the weed. You know, I can't say that. She's a really bad influence, is Tiffany. She genuinely is. She's just a very naughty girl. She honestly is. But it was fabulous. She's all joining me again this evening. And my son, I know he's loitering around. Mary Jane cookies. The Mary Jane cookies. You won't have mine. Won't have your cookies. You won't have my cookies. Won't have your weed. Won't have it. I'm Oh! Is that what that is? I've never heard it called that before. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, well, let me tell you something about Mary Jane cookies, as they're called. Yeah, I thought I was dying. I was laid to the bed. Basically, it wasn't cookies. They were chocolates about this big, and I thought I'd have a little bite. And then I put it down, and nothing was happening because I didn't realise it took a while. So I thought, oh, I might as well finish it. And they weren't massive chocolates, but they were bigger than your average chocolate. And I just thought, oh, sod it, I'll have that. And it was like it kick-started it. It was like it kick-started whatever was supposed to happen. And it all came in one go. And oh my God, I genuinely thought I was going to die. I was like, I can't move. If anything was to happen in my house now, I can't move. I can't do anything about it. And I literally just lay on my bed like this for hours, because you can't stop it. Once it starts, you've got to go along with it. You've just got to, oh my God. Oh, yeah. So, no, I do. Yes, I do know what it is, Warwick. And oh my God. Yeah, I can't. I'm too old for that. Too old for that crack. My heart was going. Yes, the heart was going. The whole thing. It really was, Warwick. It was, and hours this went on for. It was an experience. Second time then, I tried to be good. I had a little bit smaller amount. Didn't work. Had a little bit more. Kick-started it again. Thought I was dying again. So after that, I was very, very, very careful then and just waited. Amateur's not the word. Amateur's actually not the word. It happened twice, and I never let it happen again. And after that bite, I knew it would take up to about 45 minutes. And I was fine then. I could function quite happily, but I didn't know it was supposed to take that long. So after 15, 20 minutes, I was like, well, this is shite. Okay, right. Default, not the word. I don't know. Oh, I'm tipping. Oh, this is terrible. I've got to stop touching it. But I did see Sharon say something to me that I didn't act. You don't need to do anything. You just need not worry. Oh, okay. Excellent. You just let me know then, Sharon. You let me know. But yeah, so needless to say, I can't hack that. Heart can't take that kind of stuff. So I have to be very careful. Very careful. Right. What are you multitasking on? Right, I'm gonna let you go anyway. I'm gonna let you go because I've kept just chatting for such a long time. I haven't heard from Phil in a while. Bless him. I bet he's waiting for the jingle, not knowing what I'm nattering about nearly dying. So I'm going to let you all go. And like I say, I'll be back on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Thank you all for joining me. I've had a really nice evening. Well, bar the first half hour, guys. Thanks, guys. But okay. Excellent. Oh, I will. I will. I'll just make sure that my laptop is volume down next time. That's what I'm gonna do. And find the actual attachment that goes on the end of this. That's what I need to find. I've got the weekend. I've got the weekend to do all of that. But yeah, thank you all. Thanks all, guys. And yes, have a fabulous weekend. And it's jingle time. So if you want to join my Patreon, it's patreon.com/Jess Rose 5472. And if you'd like to look, comment, and subscribe, guys. Look, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you could, and look, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna it would have been, but it's all just. But no, it was just an awful story. But yes, thank you all so much. I so appreciate it. And have a fabulous weekend. And I will see you all. Bye, Lexi. Have a lovely weekend, lovely. Have Phil and Warwick and Tiffany and Hayley and Sharon, Natalie, Kelly, of course, Lexi. Okay, that's it, isn't it? I think that's everyone. Ariane, if you are still watching, have a fabulous weekend. And I will, see you all next Tuesday. Look, comment, subscribe, guys. Look, comment and subscribe. Oh, I haven't gone yet. I ain't gone. Still there. Look, comment, subscribe, guys.